Hey Yang Yang, this is my Yang story. I'm trying to do this super fast because I got a lot to cover here, and I only got 2 minutes and 20 seconds to get it up, so I might have to put this in two parts. But I'm a civil engineer. I quit civil engineering in 2008 because we could not unionize. We do not have a union. So when our bosses tell us to do something abhorrent or unethical, we don't really have a choice. So I want to quit that and save my soul, basically. I now am working on designing cannabis cultivation and manufacturing, and that has always been my dream job, but it was not easy. I did quit engineering in 2008 and almost lost our house and definitely lost our truck. If it wasn't for my wonderful wife who supported me and believed in me, we would never have come this far. UBI definitely would have helped. I also want to say, just as background, that I grew up in both West Virginia and Massachusetts. And one thing I'll say is that I faced more racism in Massachusetts than I did in West Virginia. These are salt of the earth people, and we need them in this election. We can't continue to put them down, meaning that side. Okay, so we live in a political world of two ideologies. And we are the 327 million children of those two ideologies. Mom, who's a Democrat, and Dad, who's a Republican. This is the analogy I'm using. Because all relationships, whether they be political, lovers, friendships, business, are based on one thing. Mostly based on trust. Healthy relationships cannot exist without trust. We're losing that trust. So when McCain tells us we are getting nothing done, and he's talking to the Senate, and he's talking to the House of Rep, it's because of one thing. They're getting nothing done because they cannot compromise anymore. They cannot talk to each other anymore. They cannot believe in each other anymore. That's a problem. I wish we had a reset button that can get rid of every single one of them. We would reset it and not allow them, put them in timeout, and say we're going to hire a whole bunch of other people that's going to believe in us and believe in each other. Because here we are. We got Democrats, Mom, okay, they want to offer this, that. We got Dad that wants to offer this, that. And then when that doesn't work, Mom says, well, if you want to keep seeing Dad, I'm going to take this away. Or if you want to keep seeing Mom, I'm going to take this away. They're forcing us to take sides. We are in the separation stage right now, where these two ideologies are just starting to realize that, or starting to think that they can't get along. This is dangerous. I say it's dangerous because if we see the hate and violence and anger right now, I'm going to promise you, divorce is not going to be pretty. It is going to be ugly, and it's going to be violent. And I don't blame people for picking sides. Not only were they forced to, but how they pick the sides is very, very subconscious, on the subconscious level. And this is why. Let's say you have Mom and Dad leaves, okay? And as a child, you have the same experience, but you're made to make one decision: who is right. So you could say, well, Mom, if you were better, if you treated Dad better, if you treated everyone better, then Dad wouldn't have left. And then therefore you'd be Camp Dad. Or you could say, Dad, I can't believe you left Mom struggling, and now all of us have to pick up slack, making you Camp Mom. So it's not about the experience, it's about what we decide on what is right or wrong that has put us in any kind of particular camp. It is our subconscious feeling about what we believe is right or wrong. This takes me to why I love Andrew Yang. Why is he different? So first thing I'll get into is they keep telling us people aren't dumb. You know, that kind of sounds stupid because we kind of know there are some stupid people and there are some geniuses out there. But that's not what is the intent. I believe what the intent is that the American people, all of us, we can see two things really clearly: who is genuine and who has compassion for everyone. When I see Yang, I decided for Yang because I can put myself in a hypothetical world in where what would Yang do if he divorced his wife, or his wife if they got a divorce. And the way I look at it is that would they make the children pick sides and pick at each other and be nasty to each other? And I clearly see a guy who would never want that for one reason: because he loves his children too much. And that kind of divorce used to be that way, where you still supported each other, all off the basis that you love your children more than you hate your wife or hate your husband. That is powerful. Yang won't make us pick sides. He will unite us. This is important for one very reason, is that he says technology is growing, and we all see it. It's been happening forever. So why is this important? Because technology does not care. It is indifferent on if it is used for right or wrong. The only thing that changes that is a group of people, us as a society, to decide how these things are used. Now we can continue to have a lack of compassion and a lack of concern for others, and that will foster the inability to use technology in a proper way, one that is concerning for all of us together. So we have technology, which is the basis of our accumulative scientific knowledge, and we have humanity, which is our cumulative basis of how humane we are and how compassionate we are for each other. If our compassion does not keep up, if our humanity does not keep up with technology, we cannot direct technology into be used only for good, and it will be indifferent and it will be ugly. That's why this is so important. We are at a stage where we need to care about each other. If we don't care about each other, then I fear that we will lead to a place that is so dark, I can't even go there. Thanks, Yang Gang.